Hi there, and welcome to another video of creative audio editing and mixing with NJD Tutorials. And today we're going to be looking at Logic's Flex Mode and its algorithms. Before I begin, I'm going to play these two tracks, which is a drum loop and a bass guitar. And I think you're going to notice that something's not quite right. And let me just play that for you. And as you can hear, it's quite embarrassing. I did that on purpose, I promise. Basically, if you can hear that, then the timing on the bass is very sloppy, and also to me, some of the notes aren't as clean and cut off too soon. And if you haven't guessed already, we're going to be using flex time and to fix all of this. And so let's begin. First thing you want to do is go up here to your toolbar and make sure you're obviously on the right track and click flex, and this is turning on the flex mode. And then on the channel itself you can choose the algorithm which you're going to apply to the audio, and for this we're going to apply monophonic because it's a bass and it's playing single notes. And if you notice, what's happened to the audio is analysed the audio, and it's brought up these markers, and they are transient markers. And what this is telling us is where the highest point in the audio is in the waveform of each note, and that way we can attach a flex marker to move those notes individually. Okay, so let's begin. As you can see straight away, the first note is off. It's not on the first beat, so what I'm going to do is actually just trim the file back like so, and my flex in there. First thing I'm going to do is actually anchor this note here. If we go to the top of the audio, you see this little symbol come up, and apply our flex marker. What that's going to do is going to anchor that note, so when we flex this one, all the other notes stay in the same place and they're not affected at all. So let's begin that. Take that right back to the beginning. As you can see, the whole audio file has turned orange, and that's because it's telling us that some stretching has taken place, but it's in the orange, that's okay. And basically this whole process is quite long-winded, but it's essential in a way that if your rhythm section is sloppy, then it's just the rest of your tracks are going to be sloppy on top, and that's just the basic fact. So it's really important to kind of, get this. It's quite an essential tool really to sort this thing out. So now what I'm going to do is go through and fix all the notes onto the correct beat. So here we go. Just listen to that first note first. See, that's fine. That's coming in straight away. And the main thing here is it's all about using your ears and also kind of making sure that you're as close as possible to get it in time. If it's off by like a few milliseconds, it's not that big a deal. So yeah, just try and get it as good as you can. Is slide that across there. So all I'm doing first is making sure that the notes are in the right place. As you can see, that's much better already. Let's have a listen. It's all about listening, going back, listening, and then going back to the point where you're trying to fix a note. And like I said, it's a long process, but it's worth it for getting a really tight rhythm section. Let's move that one. Oh, what I should have done, what I'm going to do is anchor all these other notes first to make sure they don't move. Actually, don't want that one. I don't want these to move much just yet. Just making sure they're on the transient markers. And there we go. Now we can actually start to move these notes around inside the file. So listen to what we've done so far. So that's sounding much tighter already. This note I think needs to go back slightly. There we go. Yeah, that note's off quite a lot. We want to get that lined up onto that beat there, I think. Yeah, that's much better. You can also use the waveform of the drum beat as a guide as well. But like I said before, it's kind of down to your listening skills and how knowing where the right beat is and where you should drag the notes. See, that one's slightly off there. Right. Let's have a listen. Well, that one's quite a lot off, isn't it? Right. That's good. Yeah, that's much, much better. Beginning into this second 4 bars of this loop. Starting here, you can see that one's too early, so we can move that. Much better. That one's slightly off there. So even though we're actually moving these notes and they're actually being stretched, they're not being, the quality of them isn't actually being affected at all, which is good. Move that one there. So it's good to zoom in and check that you can be as close as possible to getting them on the right beats. You can either do this by using this like this, or you can go into your toolkit and set the zoom tool and then do it like that. Anyway, you think that is easier. Let's just have a listen to that, see if I missed anything. Zoom out. Already that's sounding much, much smoother in the timing. Just to check these notes quickly. Maybe that's... Yeah, that's fine. It's all good. Depending on the type of style of music as well, it depends on how tight you really want it. But most styles of music, they need a tight rhythm section. Like I said before, it's just a fact that your tracks aren't going to have that really tight pulse underneath if your bass and your drums aren't in sync. Right, so now, I also said before that some of the notes kind of lack, are not so clean, so they cut off too early, and we can sort this out by actually stretching the actual note value in the audio. So you do it like this. You can create another flex marker like so. Get rid of this one, and then by dragging it like this, drag it right to the next hit there. So this is what it sounds like. To me, that sounds much smoother now. It's more cutting. Let's see what else you could do with something like this. You can also create your own flex markers by just clicking, zooming in and clicking like this, and then by stretch like this. So you don't. If there are no transient markers, obviously you can just click them in yourself if you want to stretch notes. So let's listen to that. Much better. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, bass is probably the simplest thing to do this on. It can, say for drums, you might want to use something like slicing rhythmic, and for guitars and pianos, you can use polyphonic to fix the notes inside the audio. And actually, let's just turn that off. We can listen to the difference now. Obviously, I've just realised that I'd actually trimmed the end of this audio file here, so it's going to be even worse, but as you can hear already, it's already kind of out of sync. We turn it back on. And that's sorted. Yeah, and that's about it really. Hope that was helpful, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.